Hello everybody, welcome back to Germangirlinlondon. Today is part 3, I want to say. I did it again like this, remember? Not like this. It's part 3, I think, of the video called Using the Wrong Words or False Friends. And I found another few words and phrases that I sometimes use because I think that they mean a certain thing in English, and then it turns out that they don't really mean that. If you missed part 1 and 2, it'll be linked below, and let's get straight into it. So in German, a common way to say that you are in love is that you are on WOLKE 7, which literally translated means you are on cloud 7. That is actually not what you would say in English. In English, it is actually cloud 9, and I have no idea why it's a different number, but otherwise it means the exact same thing. But if you're English and you come to Germany, it's cloud 7, WOLKE 7. The next one is that in Germany, if someone punches you in the eye, which I hope will never happen to you, obviously, what you get afterwards is what we call blaues Auge, and that means a blue eye. Now, in English, you don't call it a blue eye, but a black eye, even though surely we can all agree that if you get punched anywhere, it turns like blue and purple more than black. I mean, you would have to punch someone pretty hard for them to get an actual black eye. So I do think that in this case that the German makes more sense, but you know, that's just my opinion. Another one that's quite funny is that, so if you go to the doctor and he writes you medicine on a paper, in German that is called REZEPT, which is the English word for recipe. But in English, you don't call that a recipe, you would call that a prescription, and that is just a mistranslation where I don't make that mistake anymore, but like sometimes I still have to like think about it when I want to say the word. I usually first think like I think the German word, and then I'm trying to think if it's recipe, and I know that it's not recipe, but that's just my thought process in the moment. So that is a bit confusing. One that I definitely get wrong all the time is that I like to say put on the light or put off the light, which you don't really say that in English. You would say turn on the light or turn off the light. But in German you say Licht ausmachen or Licht anmachen, which actually means to make on the light. But I think put on makes more sense in a direct translation sense, which is why I always say, can you put on the light? Can you put off the light? When I should be saying, can you turn on the light? Like I even say, can you put on the light switch or something like that. I never really say turn. And the last one is that I call badges, like those little things you can put on jackets, like little badges. I call them buttons because that is what they're called in German. You call these things little buttons. But actual buttons in German are called Knöpfe, so like buttons on a shirt would be Knöpfe in German, but badges are buttons. So that is just confusing. These are 5 words or phrases that I use in a wrong way sometimes, I guess. Some of them are false friends. So I hope if you're learning German or if you're learning English, this was helpful to you and it prevented you from making the same mistakes that I made. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll link the playlist of all these kinds of videos below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!